Elayne here, and I'm coming to you from the Lake District in England. Okay, I am so excited to be here. I've always wanted to come here just because of the literary legacy that this place has, and also because The Lakes by Taylor Swift is one of my all-time favorite songs, if not my all-time favorite song ever in the whole world. So it's my reading week for school, so I decided to spend a few days here, not too long, because I do actually unfortunately have to do reading and write some essays, but I wanted to take a quick little holiday, so here I am. I had the most stressful time getting here. So my train was canceled halfway through because of a broken rail. So they were like, you have to get off and figure it out. So the only other option was to take a $100 Uber or a bus and then another bus that would have been around 3 hours. And I was like, I was only 40 minutes away by train, seriously, like 40 minutes to an hour away. And I tried to get the Uber. I was like, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and pay the freaking Uber. I do not feel like sitting on a bus and then getting on another bus. No Uber would accept the ride because it was too far. So what do you know, I ended up on the bus anyways. To be fair, it was only £3. So I rode one bus an hour and a half, transferred to another bus, another hour and a half. I ended up getting here around 4. I was supposed to get here at noon. So fun. But despite all of that, I did get to see things that I wouldn't have gotten to see if I was on the train, like some more scenery and some more towns. This British boy was reading to his mom on the bus like a book out loud, and I literally was like, it was so cute. I wouldn't have had that experience if I was on the train. At least I'm telling myself that. So now I'm finally here. Whew. I was starving, so I went to this little pub and they were playing really, really loud music, and I was all by myself. And usually when I go to a pub or a restaurant alone, I read to try to feel less awkward, but the music was so loud that I was like, this is not a reading pub. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So I got some fish fingers and a ginormous glass of wine. I would like to preface, I have had a giant glass of white wine. Now I'm feeling a lot better. I'm glad to be here. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I didn't even realize that we fell back an hour. We lost an hour last night. Right? Or did we gain an hour? Right now it's 7 and it usually would have been 8. So did we gain an hour? Then why am I so tired? Oh my gosh. I don't know, guys, don't ask me. The time changed last night and I had no idea that that would be happening. So it's just been a very hectic day, but I'm glad to finally be here in the Lake District. I'm hoping to have a really cozy, peaceful next 2 days. I hope to just read and journal and enjoy the rain and the scenery. But yeah, here I am. Okay, the lighting still isn't great, but I just wanted to check in because it's now the next day. Today, I don't really have any crazy plans. I think I'm going to go explore a few different little towns and just kind of walk around. There's a ferry that you can do from the bottom of the lake up to the top. So I think I might try to do that and then get lunch in a cute little town, just kind of walk around and explore. And I'm gonna bring my book. I'm reading Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kuang. It was R.F. Kuang, if you've read The Poppy War or Babel. I am eating this up. I started it yesterday. I got to page 77. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's like addicting, like I can't stop reading it. Basically the plot is that, and this isn't a spoiler because it's like literally the first chapter. Basically the plot is that there's this writer named June and she doesn't have very much luck in the publishing industry. But one of her friends from college, Athena, is like publishing's golden child. She's written so many bestsellers, she's won so many awards, and they're out at a bar celebrating because Athena just got a deal with Netflix to turn one of her books into a show, right? And Athena dies, and June's like, her brand new manuscript is just sitting over there on her desk. What if I take it? And she does. Crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna bring this with me because I hope to get some reading and some writing done while I'm just walking around and exploring. I'm gonna bring my big camera, not my vlog camera, so we're gonna attempt to see how that goes because I really, really, really want to get good photos, but I don't want to be so extra and have like 2 cameras, you know? That's a little crazy. So I'm gonna try to vlog with my big camera. We'll see how it goes. I don't care how British it is, you cannot get me to eat beans in the morning. I will not do it. Sometimes it is weird traveling all by myself. Like this morning at the bed and breakfast I'm staying, I was the only person solo and I'm also the youngest person in the room, which it is a bed and breakfast to be fair. but it also makes me really proud of myself because there's no way I'm gonna sit and wait around to meet someone to travel with. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty proud of myself that I'm doing all of this like completely alone. And that is pretty cool. And like, by the time that I get to be the age of the other people in the bed and breakfast dining room, I'm going to have so many stories and adventures, and they're just now traveling, which is amazing, but I'm starting now, and there's so many places to see and so many things to do, and I'm not gonna wait around for the perfect moment or to find the perfect person to travel with or anything, you know? And like, I don't know, I'm just having a moment of like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this, and I'm kind of awesome. Guys, I think this is the one I want. Can you even see me? Okay, so this is probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my entire life. I'm not even kidding. That boat ride was beautiful, but oh my gosh, I can't feel my hands. It was so cold. So I collect stickers from bookstores that I've been to from like all over the world, and I'm always so embarrassed when I ask for one and then they say they don't have one. That's so sad, but they gave me a bookmark. But I have stickers from bookstores that I've been to like literally all over the world on the back of my laptop. Okay, I got a slice of plain apple pie from the apple pie bakery here in Ambleside that I saw all over TikTok, so I'm hoping it's really good. Okay, review. It's fire. My dad would love this. Guys, I think this is like the bestest luck ever in the whole world. There is a ladybug on my pants. Look at her. But how do I get her off? Okay, little girl. This is just absolutely insane. I can't believe that I'm here right now. This is just so gorgeous. Like, there's not even a word to tell you how picturesque this place is. Like, I understand why people came here and wanted to just write poetry until they died. Like, I want to do the same now. Like, literally look at this mountain. And look at those houses. Like, I just... The camera doesn't even do it justice. That's the problem. I've never seen anything this beautiful. I think I just feel so grounded and at peace in places like this because I truly believe that anything going wrong in your life can be righted by just spending time in nature. Because if you think about it, everything in nature has a purpose, right? Everything was designed for a reason. Everything works together so harmoniously to create these awesome like ecosystems. So when I'm in nature in places like this where everything has a purpose, it makes you feel like you also have a purpose and everything that's happening to you is for a reason. Because since everything on this earth was perfectly designed, how can you not think that you are not also perfectly designed? Do you know what I mean? I'm not really a huge science person, but whenever I'm freaking out about what is the purpose of life and what am I doing here, I think about the food web of a blue whale. Because a blue whale poops and phytoplankton eat that poop, okay? Stay with me, okay? Then the krill eat the phytoplankton and blue whales eat the krill. So it's like this perfect cycle because the more krill they eat, the more they poop, the more the phytoplankton can eat and reproduce, and then the more the krill can eat and reproduce. And so I think about that a lot, even though it's kind of disgusting, but it shows you how everything has a purpose, and things on this planet, although they don't always seem like it, they are like kind of perfectly designed and created. And I think about that whenever I think, what was I made for? I don't really know, but I know there is a reason. So I don't know. Anyways, I think that's why I like nature so much. More of a like from a philosophical, poetic standpoint rather than like, oh, food web, ecosystem. But you know what I mean? Okay, here's my second sweet treat of the day. I've never been the biggest fan of gingerbread, and I unfortunately don't think that that changed me. It's good, but it's very spicy, and I don't know. It's just not my favorite, but it is really good here. Like, if I had to rate the gingerbreads, this is the best I've ever had. It's just not my favorite. Got back from dinner. I went to a little Italian restaurant, like a 3-minute walk from where I'm staying. I got a veggie rigatoni and a glass of white wine, and I got a piece of carrot cake to go for dessert. Eating by yourself at a restaurant, especially if it's like a little bit nicer, is always intimidating. I'm always so scared just to walk into the restaurant and say, table for one. But once you're there, it's actually totally fine, and I actually love it because I brought my book with me. Yellow face, and I read my book and I drank my wine. You know, it's kind of peaceful. And then in those moments I'm like, wow, Elayne, you're eating by yourself, and that is such a slay, and you're so brave. You're so brave, queen. I had a very, very fun day, very busy. Let me see how many steps I got. I got 14,777 steps. I walked 6.81 miles. I was able to see 4 towns here. So I started here in Windermere, and then I walked to Bowness, where I caught the ferry up to Ambleside. I explored Ambleside, and then I took a bus up to Grassmere, explored Grassmere, took the bus back to Ambleside, rode the ferry back down to Bowness, walked back here to Windermere. Yeah, a very busy day, but I'm glad that I did this because I could go at my own pace. It was chill, and I was able to explore all of the towns up along the lake, which was really fun, and they were all super cute. I got a souvenir. Isn't he so cute? It's a Peter Rabbit stuffed animal. I told my mom that if they had this, I would be buying one. It's so soft. I already took a nap when I got back and cuddled with him. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. God, I love stuffed animals. I have such a problem. Now that I'm back, I'm going to shower, and then I think I want to watch Miss Potter, which is the movie about Beatrix Potter's life, because I'm going on a tour tomorrow to see places where she painted and where she lived and hung out. So I think I'm gonna watch that while I eat my carrot cake and have a cup of tea, and just have like a cozy, chill, self-care, fun vibe night with me and Peter the Rabbit. Yeah, because tomorrow my tour is bright and early, so yeah. Okay, I'm at stop 1 of my Beatrix Potter tour. This is the home that they first ever stayed at when they first visited the Lake District, and it's where Beatrix fell in love with the Lake District. And it's like this old Gothic looking castle. It's kind of ugly, but it has a really nice view, so that's probably why she liked it. And I bet playing around in an old castle when you were a kid was so fun. So what I've learned is that Beatrix Potter had my dream life. So she grew up in London, kind of rich. She was always expected to marry rich as well, but she didn't get married, and she was single most of her life. She had a lot of passions and interests, and she was able to turn them into books that children loved and made a lot of money from it. Decided to move to the Lake District because that's where her family spent every summer, and she fell in love with it, and a lot of the nature there inspired her works. So she moves to the Lake District. So she ends up getting married when she's almost 50 years old to someone that she met in the Lake District. He was a lawyer, and the benefit of them both having really successful careers was that they knew the importance of having your own thing, something that you care about, and having your own space, but then the need for companionship, and they did really love each other. I just think that that's super cute. And then in Beatrix's adult life, she started buying farms and land in the Lake District to conserve it and save it from going into the hands of developers. So she was able to protect thousands and thousands of acres that are now a national park to this day. So she was able to do a lot of land conservation with her money, and she also supported local farms. So she would buy farms that were going to go under, and then she would lease it back to the farmers, and she was actually really involved in farming. So she grew up in London, had nothing to do with farming her whole life, but then decided it seemed really peaceful, so she ended up becoming a sheep farmer, married, all of this in her later adult life, and lived in the Lake District until she ultimately died, and then donated all of her stuff back to charities and museums and things. I almost literally cried a few times just because of how cool she was. Not only was she a children's author, but she was a philanthropist. She did so much for the Lake District and its community. She was a conservationist, helping to save so much land from, being destroyed in the hands of developers. She just was really cool, was able to find love, and did everything on her own, made her own money, made her own success and career before ever getting married or settling down and stuff. And I just think she is so cool. Goals, dream life. Guys, basically I've decided that I want to live here. This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life, and I just feel like it makes my soul happy. I understand why so many writers and artists lived here. It's I can't imagine a better place to make art, and the sense of community is so strong here. I'm gonna be searching how to make this happen. The Lake District. I'm meant for you, I think. I'm sitting in the train station. It's empty. Heading back to Glasgow. Isn't it funny, I was checking out of my hotel and I was like, back to the real world. But the real world is grad school in Scotland. What is my life? I am so unbelievably lucky and grateful to be able to experience these things that I'm getting to experience, to walk the footsteps of Beatrix Potter and learn about her life and all that she was able to do and her legacy and how she used her money for good. She just seemed like such a girl boss, and I got to learn so much from her, and she's literally inspired me so much. I think I almost cried multiple times today because of how cool she is and how much of a legacy she left behind, and the fact that she succeeded and got married and did all these things a little bit later in life. She really inspired me that there's not a rush. Sometimes I freak out because I want to be a writer. This is not a secret, but I want to be a published author, and sometimes I freak out that it's too late. I didn't go to a fancy enough school, I don't have the connections, and I have so much time.
to do whatever I want to do. And I might change my mind and decide I want to do something else. And Beatrix Potter actually wanted to be a botanist. She was really interested in plants, and she was doing a lot of illustrations of mushrooms and fungi and started doing research on them. And she didn't get good feedback on one of her research papers, and so she was like, not for me, because she had to be perfect at everything, Slay Queen. But she wanted to be that, and then focused on children's writing and became what she was. And I don't know, just such a cool woman. But anyways, I'll probably end the vlog here. I had the most amazing time here. I want to come back already. I will be Googling how to live in the Lake District. I'm gonna be reading Yellowface until my train gets here. Should be here in about 30 minutes. I had a layover in this random train station. So hopefully the train's not late. Hopefully I have no issues like last time. Yeah, I'll just be here reading. Thanks for watching.